This is a foundation inspection. We're standing at the left elevation. Gutter downpipe here that's disconnected. It means it's going to be dropping water in this area, which will cause it to pool, and that can cause foundation problems, so that needs to be fixed. These gutters actually shouldn't empty right at the foundation here. The gutter should be extended about 4 to 5 feet out, so it removes water completely from around the foundation. We're now moving to the right elevation. Now, the drive was installed clearly after the foundation was laid, and you can see here the foundation drops, and then we've got a brick line. That's understandable, we can understand that being the case. The problem is, here and here are weep holes. They were put in by the builders correctly, as they should be, but now water running off around this area here could penetrate the building through those weep holes. So those 2 weep holes here need to be filled in so that there's no water getting in. Front elevation of the property. We're now at the garage. It's got its own separate foundation. This is the grade inspection. What we're looking for with grade inspections is the lay of the land, literally. We want to see a nice slope away from the building so the ground around the foundation drains, and that's what we've got. Now, on both right and left elevations of the house we have swales. These allow the water runoff to drain out into the streets and down into the storm drains. And we have swale here, and you can see the fence runs along the swale, so good drainage here. At the rear of the property we have a large retaining wall, an engineered retaining wall. It's over 4 foot high, and we need to make sure it's got drainage. But before we do so, I'll give you a bit of information about your property. Here we're looking at the rear yard. You can see it slopes down towards the building, but around this area here, all along here, is a swale. and equally so on that side, which is going to drain it, so it's got good drainage. This is the retaining wall. You see the here are drains for the adjoining property. In heavy rainstorms and for a while afterwards, you're going to find a lot of water draining out to the street via your yard. Not untypical in these developments in this area. However, I should tell you they should drain quite quickly because the ground doesn't absorb a lot of moisture. It runs off very fast. So we're now standing at the left elevation. Looking back down the side, we've got a good swale here. We have good drainage. We're doing the roof inspection. We're starting off, we're going to look at the areas around the roof as it joins the wall system. What we're looking for are potential leaks and making sure we've got the right amount of ventilation in the property. And immediately I come to here, this area here, and you can see, if you look at the video, we're going to zoom in, there's a hole. And I can tell you water will be getting in there. Let's go right up. There we go. So that's a hole. Water at certain circumstances will get in there and inside the wall system, so that's got to be sealed. This is the attic inspection. This attic has a radiant barrier and blown insulation. We have a Romex cable running over the service boards here, and it needs to be protected. This is the fireplace, combustion air vent. The air compressor is located on the left-hand elevation of the property, and you can see that the insulation is deteriorating and is in need of repair on the left-hand compressor. There's some damage to the cover here. That needs to be replaced and repaired. The units themselves are in okay condition, level. Damage here to the bins. There's some more damage here to the bins. It's not catastrophic, but it's pretty combed out. Hydro flow test, and we're currently running the shower, but at the same time we're filling the tub, and we have plenty of water. Water heater inspection. I've just inspected the first one. Very difficult to get to, a lot of possessions in front of it, but I got to it. I didn't video it because of the difficulty of getting around. Just a tip, this is a water temperature pressure relief valve for the water heater here. And let's rest my torch there so you can see it. And on top we have a lever. What I want you to do is to release that one here. It cleans the valve and ensures that the temperature pressure relief valve works in the future. Vent hood, there's been a report that the vent hood needs to be secured with metal screws, stop it moving. The flue, as you're probably aware, goes out through the roof, and that is where it can move by the wind and then come adrift. And by securing the vent hood with a little metal screw, you stop that happening. This is a gas supply line that's coming to the water heater, and you'll notice here we have an electrical cable running under the gas pipe and close to it. You'll also notice, you can't see it very well, but I could tell you, look here, I'm moving the gas pipe with my foot. That shouldn't be allowed. What you need to do is have that covered bridge so people can't tread on it, because treading on it moves it, and over time it can loosen the joints and then you get a gas leak. Yep, this one's the same. So this gas line has to be protected, and the electrical wiring that's underneath the gas pipe needs to be protected too, to stop the gas pipe actually touching it at any time. This is a wall inspection. We have instances of settlement. You can see just across here, a little bit of settlement here. Now, before I go further, because we're going to inspect every wall around the house, settlement in the foundation is very common in Texas. We have what we call expansive soils, reactive expansive soils. They expand and contract with the levels of moisture. So when there's lots of rain, all the houses in the area rise. When it's dry, all the houses sink, and as they rise and sink, it causes cracks in the walls. Most of them are minor and cosmetic, just need to be filled in. If they get too big, to stop water getting into the building. So we're on the drive at the right elevation. And there's a little bit of settlement over the arch. A bit more of settlement around here. Front elevation again, cracks in the walls, damage to the walls. There's considerable damage to the gutters running along here in the courtyard. Okay, so the front and right elevation are looking quite good. Minor settlement cracks. However, you need to keep watching the walls, because that does indicate if you've got issues with foundation movement in the future. We're now at the left-hand elevation. There's some damage to the vents at the left-hand elevation. They're all broken. I'm just going to include one picture in the report, but they're all in need of repair. Outlets at the wall of the right elevation that needs to be replaced. We are at the right elevation. We have a broken window. Window's broken. So we have broken window glass. We also have broken trim that need to be replaced, and considerable damage with the screens as well, and the left elevation of the property. Yeah, all the screens have damage. This window has broken trim that need replacing. This window here has no corking. This is the master bedroom window. Any rain hitting here is going to get into the wall system. And the window up here has damaged window trim. Need repairing. Otherwise it's going to actually allow water into the window area. We're now at the rear elevation. Have more damage to the screens and the window trim. You can see damage here. There's more damage here. Damage along here. So all of those will need to be repaired. We have settlement crack here running down the wall. And there's lots of holes in the corking. Can you see here in this corner here? A lot of water is going to get in there, and also in the heat of summer, you're going to feel the air in there. Air is going to be moist. Moisture causes condensation between the walls. Inspection. You can see here you've got water damage, and that water damage is predictable. I can tell you before even they painted it you're going to get water damage here, and the reason is that down here it's been corked, and here the wood, the material, is in contact with the threshold. As a result, water is able to weep up inside. The solution is to cut away this corking here, undercut the wood so that it doesn't touch the stone, undercut it here, and all will be fine. It will stop damaging the wood, it will stop soaking up the moisture, and you won't have a problem again. We're going to look at the condition of the wiring and the way in which it has been wired. Okay, so our ground and our neutral are bonded. And we have 130 amps going to the sub panel, which we're going to have a quick look at now. Determine that we've got the correct wiring inside there. Okay. This is our sub panel, and our sub panel is incorrectly wired. No, it's not. No, it's perfectly wired. Oh, I'm so pleased. Yep, that's the ground, and this is the neutral, and they're floating, which is correct. Whew! That'll have been a find. Most of these panels, these electrical panels these days, are so well inspected by the city inspectors. It's very unusual in a new house to find an issue. I do find them from time to time, but I was a bit worried I was finding one here, and I'm not. It's good. Despite what people think about home inspectors, our goal is not to find things that are wrong, just for the sake of it.